test panning, my test panning over there shows some pretty decent gold, so that's the material we're going to be running through the dry blower. When it rains, all the water is coming down this little channel here and concentrating any gold or heavy material from the old piles of pay dirt the old timers left here. I'm 2 seconds in and I'm already sweating like a pig, but it brings me to a really interesting point that I wanted to make today, which is that you are the sum total of every little decision you have ever made. And I don't mean the big moments. We tend to think of life as these series of big events like getting married or buying a house or finding a lot of gold. The reality is that we actually miss 90% of our lives waiting for those big moments. And that for me is the issue with having goals. God, I love this thing. That's very loud. The problem I have with goals is that they pigeonhole you into the idea that you must achieve your goal to be successful. And once you accomplish your goal, you only have a really small period of time where you feel success, you feel good about it. And that's usually followed by the what's next? For example, maybe you found 1 gram of gold and now you want to find an ounce. Which is great. It's good to have goals like that. However, the issue starts when one day you set a goal that you can't accomplish. Power! Why would anyone buy a gym membership when you could just be a gold prospector? Why? For those of you who have gym memberships out there, why do you do it? I mean, you could be getting paid to do this. Lift heavy things and sweat. Whoa! Why do I do that? Every time I drop you on the ground trying to put it on the wheelbarrow. Hydration. Oh my God. For those of you who are going to ask, this machine does lose gold. It is a dry washer. It doesn't have the benefit of water, which means that balls of clay like this can fall off the back but still contain gold. On this end, all our testing has shown we lose very, very little gold in the fine stuff. The only thing you have to remember about the gold loss out of this system, first, is that all systems lose gold, whether it's a wet system or dry. And second, there is no other way to work this ground. I can't take dirt out of here legally, and I cannot bring enough water in with me to be effective at processing. That makes this a very happy medium ground. It lives! Most of us at some point have set ourselves an unreachable or unobtainable goal. And when you can't succeed in those goals, it can leave you feeling completely dejected and possibly on the verge of giving up. Now obviously, you haven't totally failed. You're not a total failure. You've likely tried very hard to obtain your goal. But perhaps your skill level or your resources at this current point in time aren't quite enough. And that can be super discouraging. It's for that reason that I prefer systems over goals. Anyone out there in internet land who uses these things regularly, how often am I meant to clean these out? I'm literally going to run this all day. I just want to see what happens. But if there's a legitimate procedure, I would like to know about it. Let me know in the comments below. The power of hindsight tells me I should have taken the dry blower from up there and just like literally set it up there. But I'm a stupid. But that's okay. A system is nothing more than switching the focus from the goal, or in this case, the gold we're going to get at the end of the day, to all the steps necessary to get there. The process is 99% of the time that you actually spend trying to reach the goal. If you switch your focus from the end result, the goal, to the steps needed to actually reach your goal, you'll derive a lot more satisfaction from the whole process. But you'll also set yourself up to develop your skills and resources so that you're able to achieve even more goals without even trying. Every time I forget to reconnect these. I'm an idiot. I should have had my respirator on from the start. This dust is no good for your lungs. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a quick clean out just to make sure. I do have a mud puddle that I could check this in, but above all, I really enjoy cleaning this stuff up, so I'm going to take it all home. We're going to keep processing for now. If your goal is to find an ounce of gold, your system would look something like this. You would spend a whole 3 or 4 days doing research online about new areas. You'd spend 1 of your 2 days on your weekend out exploring areas you've never been to before, and you'd spend the other day processing any gold deposits you might have found in the previous day. And lastly, as your skills increase and your resources increase, you would modify equipment to suit the ground that you're working. That there is a system. The giant fireball is particularly spicy today. I vaguely remember this having gold. Whoa, I don't remember it being that hard though. Whew. When you use a system, the system makes you this much better every single time you practice it. We're going to try the wheelbarrow cam again. Whereas a goal is nothing more than a short-lived moment. Here comes the bump. Ah! A properly refined system will see you achieve all of your goals, and that's because your primary focus won't be on the end result. It'll be on the steps required to get you to the end result. And that is the exact reason I get so excited over finding just a few specks of gold, because I'm practicing my system and I'm reveling in it. The dust has a lot of silica and other crap in it, and it will literally turn your lungs to cement. Buy one of these. It is rapidly approaching the high 30s and I have to get out of here because this sun is unrelenting and brutal. We run 6 wheelbarrows. There's a very real possibility that my camera is about to overheat. Therefore, I'm going to get all of this cleaned up. And after picking up Fernie, I'll see you at home. I cannot even express to you just how much Fernie loves fresh apples. To recover the gold out of our dry washer concentrates, I first need to classify them using a series of classifiers. No nuggets. The reason why I think systems work so much better than gold is because right now you're in a position you were once dreaming about. Meaning that at one time you really wanted to get a gram of gold, and now that you've got your gram of gold, that isn't enough. You now want to get your ounce of gold, and there's nothing wrong with that, except you're going to hit a threshold point where it's not possible at your level. Then the dopamine's going to wear off, and it's going to leave you wanting more. The eternal chase of the next big apple can be absolutely soul-crushing if you go down that route. Whereas a system just like this one derives the satisfaction, happiness and enjoyment from the process, all the while setting you up to succeed and overtake all of your goals. "100% of the time we always start with the smaller stuff, just because that's usually where most of the gold is." That right there is all of our 30 mesh minus gold. Remember, this stuff is difficult to catch even in a wet system. Now the fun stuff. Let's see if we got any little nuggitos. I'm not even really seeing that much black sand in. Wait a looking through the camera, look at that. That right there, that's a piece of gold. Don't you roll away. Alright, that's going safely in the container. Other than that one little bit of gold, I got absolutely nothing out of the plus 30 mesh. And that's okay, because ultimately that's part of how my system operates. I know where not to look with that machine in the future. It's a powerful position to be in, where you derive your enjoyment and satisfaction out of the process and not the end result.